if you do good, you do for yourself. If you do bad, you do for yourself.
Mr. Dogood Part 2. After Mr. Dogood finally made up his mind to marry, he did not announce it to the village. He did not beat drums or call for celebration. Instead, he walked quietly to the compound of Kendu, the elder everyone respected, the man who also happened to be his uncle. The uncle was seated on a low wooden stool when Mr. Dogood arrived. He was sorting kola nuts slowly, the way old men do when they are not in a hurry with life. Mr. Dogood greeted him respectfully and sat on the bare ground beside him. "Uncle," Mr. Dogood began, his voice calm but heavy, "I have finally decided to pick a wife and get married." The uncle froze for a second, then his face broke into a wide smile. He dropped the kola nuts and stood up excitedly. "Wow," the old man shouted. "Finally! This calls for celebration." He clapped his hands loudly. "When? Who exactly is she? Which family is she from? I am sure she will be very beautiful," he added, already imagining ceremonies, bride price, and dancing feet. But Mr. Dogood did not smile. He remained silent. Uncle slowly noticed the silence and stopped talking. He looked closely at his nephew's face and frowned slightly. "What is it?" he asked. "Why are you quiet?" Mr. Dogood exhaled deeply. "Uncle, that is the problem," he said. "I want to get married, but I do not have any woman in my life. I am not in a relationship. I am not seeing any lady at the moment." His voice dropped lower. "I have no one to choose." Uncle stared at him for a moment, then burst into laughter. "Is that all?" he said. "That is not a problem at all. There are thousands of women in Membi who would kill to be your wife. I mean it. They would do literally anything and everything for you to choose them." He leaned closer and added playfully, "Even if you decided to take 10 wives in one day, you are capable." Mr. Dogood nodded slowly. "Yes, uncle, you are right," he replied. "But it is deeper than you think." He paused. "I cannot marry wrong. If I do, I will be in serious trouble. If I must marry, then I must marry a woman who genuinely loves me. Otherwise, my life will be in danger." His uncle's laughter faded instantly. He straightened his back and studied Mr. Dogood carefully. "I don't understand," he said. "Talk to me, my son. What do you mean by danger? Is there something I need to know?" Mr. Dogood hesitated. He looked around the compound, making sure no one was close enough to hear. Then he moved closer to his uncle and lowered his voice. "Uncle," he began, "remember when my father, your brother, and my mother died the very day I was born?" His uncle nodded slowly. "Yes," he said. "Everyone in Membi knows that story." "They left me with nothing," Mr. Dogood continued. "I barely survived. I was raised by neighbors, widows, and well-wishers. That is one reason why I never stopped doing good. Why I help as many people as possible. I know what it feels like to have nothing." His uncle nodded again. "Yes," he said gently. "I know all this." Mr. Dogood swallowed hard. "That is not the problem," he said. The old man leaned in closer. "Uncle," Mr. Dogood continued, "when I was much younger, one afternoon while fishing at the river, something happened." His uncle's eyes narrowed. "What happened?" "I came across the goddess of wealth." His uncle gasped loudly. "H.A. Dogood," he exclaimed. "What do you mean you came across the goddess of wealth?" Mr. Dogood nodded firmly. "Yes, uncle. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it is the truth." His uncle shook his head slowly. "Are you sure of what you are saying?" "Uncle," Mr. Dogood replied, "have you ever asked yourself how I became wealthy overnight? Look at me. I own businesses and houses in the city. I pay school fees for many children. I support widows and the disabled in this village. Yet I never go broke. He paused. It is because of our blessing. The uncle was silent now. So what happened? The old man finally asked. How does this affect your marriage? Mr. Dugu took a deep breath. The goddess of wealth gave me only one rule, he said. One rule I must never break. His uncle Du listened carefully. She warned me never to marry a woman who followed me because of money, Mr. Dugu continued. I must marry a woman who loves me genuinely. If I marry wrongly, by mistake or by deception, I will face unimaginable consequences. Silence fell heavily between them. That is why, Mr. Dugu added softly, I am still unmarried. I do not know how to find a woman who truly loves me, when everyone only sees my wealth. His uncle nodded slowly, his face now serious and thoughtful. Oh, my son, he said quietly. I understand now. He stood up and placed a hand on Mr. Dugu's shoulder. I will consult the elders. I will speak with them carefully and wisely. When I return, I will tell you what must be done. Then he added firmly, your secret is safe with me. No one else will hear it. Mr. Dugu bowed his head in gratitude. But as he left the compound, the wind whispered through the trees, and somewhere in Bambi, fate began to shift, because when many hearts pretend to love one man, truth becomes the hardest thing to find. To be continued.